Hi, my name is Callie Furstenberg, and this is my ePortfolio and class reflection. So, what did I learn from my ePortfolio? I learned how to organize my projects that I've previously completed, so it's easier to find them in the future. I also learned how to reflect on assignments from not only my personal weekly content, but also from my peers. And I learned about new technology, which will be great and useful for my future teaching career. Some of my strengths within my ePortfolio was that I was organized from week to week. I knew exactly where my content was and where my embedded videos were. I also had good use of photos, which is both good for me and the people viewing my ePortfolio because it'll help them to better understand what weekly content we are talking about. Also, I had good content within my weekly ePortfolio. This helped to better my understanding and my peers' understanding of what each portfolio's learning objectives were, what lesson plan we were talking about, what my lesson plan was going to be about, and etc. Some of my weaknesses were embedding my videos into my ePortfolio. I just figured this out halfway through the semester, but it would have been helpful earlier in the semester because learning how to embed videos and import videos to YouTube was a very hard thing for me to learn. Also, my text size and font was different from week to week, which was confusing to me and my viewers. And after learning how to change that, it really improved my portfolio. So, some feedback from my peers, as previously said, was my text needs to be one size and color. I think it was confusing for them to follow along with my content. Also, embedding my videos helped for my peers to better be able to access my lectures and presentations from week to week. And organizing my content on each page. So, what I ended up learning was the best way to organize your content personally was putting the weekly objectives at the top, resources scattered throughout each page, and then putting my lecture and lesson plans, and then finally putting my weekly reflection. What was great about my ePortfolio was the content from week to week. I think that my content really helped myself and my peers to understand what was happening weekly. Also, I had great presentations from week to week, such as lectures, PowerPoints, voice threads, etc. I also had good photos, which I think helped the visual and understanding of myself and my peers on my ePortfolio. And I also had good topics throughout each week, which helped create a sense of what we were talking about each week. How can my ePortfolio be improved? I think by going back and organizing each page in order, like I'm figuring out, was a good way to improve my ePortfolio. Also, editing all the text to be the same font and color would make it less confusing for both me and my peers, and embedding my videos instead of pasting the link. That'll make it easier to get to and more visual appearance. How will my ePortfolio help me grow professionally? I think by having all my resources in one place, it'll help me grow professionally because I won't be having to skip back through multiple documents, resources, apps, sites. It'll all just be in one document, all organized, and everything will be there that I need. As said, it'll help keep me organized. I will know exactly where to find everything that I need from past weeks, and it'll help me have solid feedback on my lesson plans, my organization skills, and my teaching style. The reflections also help me to think critically about my lesson plans, and it helps me learn about other people's teaching styles. How will my ePortfolio help me grow as an instructor? Having feedback about my lesson plans was super helpful and important because it helped me grow as an instructor. It helped me learn my positives, my negatives about my teaching styles, and it also helped me learn about other people's teaching styles, which will improve my teaching style. Maybe I need to cater to some different students' needs, which will be said in those feedback. I also think that keeping my content and units organized is important as an instructor because you will always know where to find your previous lesson plans. Even 2 years from now, you'll be able to find something that you created 2 years ago. And reflecting on my past work helps me grow as an instructor because it allows me to figure out my strengths, my weaknesses, who I need to better cater to, etc. So some challenging areas for me throughout the semester was the one-pagers. I had no idea what the layout of a one-pager was until this semester, so having to research that and learn that was super difficult for me. Another challenging area was the SAMR model. I didn't know what SAMR stood for, but after doing a little research, I was able to put together an ASMR model presentation. Also, my weekly reflections were difficult for me because I have never had to reflect on my own work, but it ended up being super beneficial because I now know what I can change to make me a better teacher. Also, there was some confusing content throughout the semester, but after chatting with peers and the instructor, all the confusion was cleared up, and my ePortfolio was a little hard at first because I didn't know how to organize the content. I didn't know how to embed videos, as I said before, or import to YouTube. And also, changing my text was very challenging for me. Some easy areas was the Netiquette survey that we had to create. That was easy for me, along with the digital citizenship, because I practice those things every day online anyways. So teaching about those things and creating a presentation was actually really fun for me. I also think creating PowerPoints was an easy area for me because I've been creating PowerPoints all throughout high school and college. So it was something that I already knew how to do, and it was a strength of mine. Also, creating the Quizlet that we had to create and creating Quizlets throughout my lesson plans was a easy area for me because I've had to use Quizlet in the past throughout high school and college, and I will definitely be using Quizlet in my future teaching career. So some eye-opening and useful things to me throughout the semester was the peer feedback. Every week we got feedback from our peers about our presentations, our lesson plans, about our quizzes that we made, and that was super helpful and helped me improve my teaching skills. Also, the Digital Divide Week was super eye-opening to me because I had no idea what digital divide was or that it even existed before researching it. And it's crazy to me to think that even now there's a digital divide with all the technology and resources we have. Also, creating our own lesson plans was useful because it helped me improve for my future teaching and UDL and assistive technology because I now know how to use this assistive technology to my advantage in my future class. And something that took critical thinking for me was the SAMR model. As I said before, it was a challenge for me because I didn't know what SAMR stood for, and it was even a little confusing after researching it. But after watching a few videos and getting a better understanding on it, I know how to use the ASMR model in my teaching every day. Also, the coding week was confusing for me because I had never done anything on this subject before. But after doing my presentation, researching coding, how I can use it to my advantage, really helped me this semester. So, in conclusion, I learned a lot about educational technology. Learning about the advantages that come with educational technology will help me in my future class to better educate my students and using technology to my advantage. It helps me as a teacher stay organized and plan lesson plans in a simple manner. Learning about the different apps that contribute to different subjects in class was a very informational unit along with the ASMR unit. I now know how to use ASMR to my advantage when teaching online and in person. I know now how to screen record for my future lessons if we do continue online school, and how to properly apply educational technology to a lesson plan. Learning about the different learning styles improve my teaching skills to cater to every student's needs for the most success. Overall, this class was super informational to me, and I loved learning about educational technology. Thank you for listening.